What's going on, everybody? It's official word here again. And yeah, I'm just bringing you guys more of a guide today. I've already done my Legend League hits for today. I had one fail. I'm doing something a little silly. And yeah, um, I'm going to show you kind of with the Eternal Tome being reworked in about, a week, I think, or less, probably like right when CWL finishes is usually when their updates come in. With that happening, some people who might use Root Riders or Dragons might feel left in the dark, be looking for a new army. So yeah, I'm just gonna be that kind of that light for them. Here's an army that's very very strong. This army right here, and yeah, a couple keys to it are gonna be the jelly on the Warden can be kind of scary and be a little like it might be a little bit of a learning curve. You have to learn if you don't have a level 10 jelly, how long it'll take for him to expire so you can be ready and stuff like that. Um, so that's one key. I'm using the Giant Giant. If you don't have the Giant Giant equipment, I would recommend going Healer and Queen, and I'd probably use the Frosty on the Queen instead of the Unicorn. But if you do, go Queen or go Unicorn and then the Giant Giant clone. Um, and if you are using the Giant Giant variation, I think these two Druids are so strong. Yeah, you'll see when I use this attack how they keep the clones alive and the Giant Giant just so healthy. But yeah, if you don't, maybe you can switch that out for extra rocket balloons. That's what I used to run. I used to have like 18 or 19, but then I picked up the Druids. So yeah, if you don't have the action figure equipment, that's what you can do. Yeah, I like to use super minions in the clan castle. They're super super effective, and really only bringing a siege barracks and flame flinger. Some people also only use two rages and they bring more invis, but I'm a big fan of having more of the rages, and three invis often works well enough. So yeah, let's just get right on into this one. So first thing you do when you scout a base, you gotta click those expos, right? So you're clicking those expos. You're looking kind of for any flame flinger value. So if you see there's a little region up top, everything on the sides closed down, and then the bottom. So all I'm looking for is top and bottom. I see, these two defenses might be good value, but the minion prince is there, so nothing's there. Looking at the bottom, also nothing. So instantly, there's no value for my flame flinger, so I've already got a siege barracks. And then yeah, to look where to fireball, I'm not going to start this one right away because I still want to kind of talk to you guys. But yeah, then to look to where to fireball, getting the clan castle is always a very nice fireball. But if you hit the builder hut up top here, you're going to miss both those expos and spitters. All you're going to get is the monolith gear tower and clan castle, which isn't bad, but you have to go through the minion prince, go through both ricochet multi. You'll take down the multi already, or if not, like, it's just not a great fireball. And on this one, even getting into the monolith, maybe hitting the spitter would be our best option because that'll still get the clan castle down. And I know it's facing away from you, so sometimes that is a little weird. But yeah, if you can hit that spitter, you'll still get a fire spitter down because you might not path into it. You'll get the expo multi monolith clan castle. That's much better value than what the builder hut would get you. So that's the fireball I'd be looking at. If you look at something like this, I always like these are kind of symmetrical bases. Most are. I always would rather go into the Royal Champion. So I'm probably going to come into this side. I know there's an Archer Tower over here and a Ricochet Cannon over here, which has more health, but it doesn't really matter to me. I'm heading into the Royal Champion. The heroes are the hardest part. So yeah, definitely going to be going in from the left side on this one with no Flame Flinger, and probably, if you think about it, if I can hit the spitter on this side, right, and get the clan castle down and kind of get this whole ring right here, either I can go down to this Archer Tower Town Hall side, kind of away from the sweepers, or I can go up to the minion prince side with my warden. I would way rather go down. Yeah, getting into that multi, getting into that minion prince is very difficult for your warden to stay alive. There's more ground expos. You're going into a spitter. So 100% I'm going to try and pull my warden down to maybe this air defense since it'll still be up, I think. And yeah, let's just take you kind of through that. All right, so as we just talked about, I'll be placing my warden. I want to hit the fire spitter, so if I put him kind of too far into the corner here, that'll be really hard to path him that way. And if I put him too far up to the Archer Tower, same goes. So I'm going to kind of put him directly here, almost exactly in line. You're going to have to rage early because of just all the damage on him right here. He's going to slowly get through this. A rage can get you through a Ricochet and Expo. It was close there because of the Teslas. But yeah, Ricochet and Expo, you can get through with just a rage. You got to learn kind of the interactions, I guess is the word, so that you know what can solo you. If you go into a single Inferno and your Warden like shoots first, a rage is plenty. If you're a little slow, you might have to freeze. I'm just going to freeze here because I don't want to invest another rage because once I get onto this scatter, I'm not going to need one. So one spell space over two is better here. I'm going to let my Warden, he'll finish out here. Now I just got to try and hit that Spitter. And this one actually looks really, really nice because I'm going to kind of walk my way into there a bit. You see he's kind of walking. He might go into the expo here after the pet house or maybe before. Yeah, probably after. So after he takes that down, I can just set up a nice smooth double invis. Yeah, he's going to path to the Spitter because I'm going to invis everything else, but that's okay with me. So he takes that down. There's the double invis. Fireball. Gets the clan castle. So I wanted to path down, right? My Warden is no longer there. I probably shouldn't have raged there because since I used the rocket balloons to relieve the damage, I don't actually need this anymore. So that's a little bit wasted, but we're fine here. We still walk. I dealt with the minion prince really well. So a minute 34, you kind of want to start your heroes around a minute 30. So you got to be looking at that clock. You cannot lose track of that. But you also can't lose track of your Warden. I'm going to pull my Warden here because he is in on the expo. And like that's fine. But it's the fact that after he takes that down, he's going to be kind of going into the monolith, Spitter, all of that range. And that's just too unpredictable. Too much kind of stuff there. So I pulled him away so that he's going to kind of roll around the base here and just deal with the expo. So this is perfect. My Warden shouldn't need any more spells because my heroes, I think, are going to go take care of the monolith. That'd be the plan at least. So he keeps walking here. My king's about to pop his ability. I just rage the heroes when you don't need it on the Warden. And like I said, I don't think I'll need it. Two druids come in right when I'm about to pop the queen ability. And I could see she was taking damage. So there it goes. Queen ability, druids. And yeah, you'll just kind of see right here. I'm just going to keep an eye on the queen because... like look at that, the druid's just keeping her literally at full HP. I'm just gonna poison the enemy queen because I took out the clan castle, and if you fireball the clan castle, yeah, just use your poison on the heroes you need to, because there's no point not to. You're just gonna swag it, otherwise there's nothing really else to use it for. And yeah, two baby dragons, minions, just so much swag here, you know, royal champion, freeze, fully unused. So very good start. And yeah, let's just go check out the next base in more of a legend style. So in more of a legend style is, you know, I only have these 30 seconds. So obviously I'd be looking at this gear tower because if you hit the rage tower, it's better, but this will get plenty, and we don't have 3 invis won't be enough to get me all the way in there. You see the clan castle offset a bit down. I'd rather go away from that. And the royal champions up top, so I'm going to be aiming for this ricochet cannon in the core as a fireball. I didn't see any flame flinger because there's 4 ground expos and the monolith is in the only spot kind of where they don't reach. So yeah, no flame flinger on this one. I know the decorations and dark scenery are a little annoying, but that's why I'm running it in Legend League. This base you might think is a little easy for fireball, but this is a base from Wolfie, who is considered to be the best Legend League builder in the community, and a lot of people will be running this season, so this is just where Fireball thrives. Nobody's baiting it. Everyone's trying to bait the Royal Champion charge, and yeah, you're going to be fine. So what I did right here, I actually messed it up, but what I like to do is drop a Headhunter and freeze the Ricochet Cannon because the Royal Champion doesn't do too much damage, and if you can just freeze the Ricochet Cannon, that's going to be the thing that takes down your Headhunter, so without that anymore, your Headhunter will be able to clear enough. Same goes right here. I'm going to try and pull my Warden down, but clearly the rocket balloons aren't going to target, so he's going to just stay up on this one, and that's okay. I'm just going to have to live with that and see what I can do. I just didn't want him to go up there because of the Rage Town Hall is going to be a little tough into a Fire Spitter. Like, this is going to be a lot of damage for him. But what I'm going to do is I think he's going to keep going up to that gold mine, and if he does, I should be fine. Yeah, because he's going to kind of work around this inside. This is what I like to do on kind of these types of bases, is try and snipe out the monolith because it's going to do a lot of damage. Sometimes it pops your king before you're even like inside the base, and then it's just fully a waste. So yeah, very good rocket balloons right there. Just 4 of them to take out the monolith. Sometimes if there's other defenses, you might need 5, but not the end of the world regardless. Getting the siege barracks down because yeah, I didn't need a flame flinger once again. Got my rage down in time. I know my Warden's going to run into the enemy king in a second there, so I'm not trying to look away for too long because I'm going to need a Headhunter in a second. There he goes. I'm actually going to freeze the Town Hall here just because... Oh, I missed the Spitter, but I wanted to get the Spitter too. I'm going to rage my Warden again because that Headhunter, I really want to get through that quickly. King ability goes off really to open the walls here for my Queen. My Warden's, you know, in the most danger. He is kind of in on everything right here. I'm going to use the druids because I'm just going to pop my queen ability to try and get that scatter shot, get that spitter to really try and, relieve this damage of my warden. I'm raging to try and lunge him ahead again. That's all 3 rages on my warden. I still have some invis, so I'm using them right there. That was kind of wasted on my queen since it was behind the fire spitter. But yeah, you can kind of see what's happening here. Like, once again, I fireball the town or clan castle, so I have the poison. Let's just use it. And yeah, like I said, this might seem like an easy base, but these are the bases people are running. I run into these all the time in Legend League. You got to deliver the fireball though, and swag 8 rocket balloons, 10 minions, royal champion once again, 2 invis. So definitely a very, very strong army. Like super, super strong. And yeah, I just kind of want to show you guys how this is working in the current meta and current bases, because this will be super strong, especially after the tome rework, because this won't affect us at all. Anybody using fireball will not be affected, so I'm super excited. We're also getting a new balloon level and druid level, so that also really excites me. I think this is just going to be probably the best army. I know it takes a little bit of skill, so it might not be the most popular, but I think everyone will agree that it's going to be the strongest army. And I'm super excited for that because I've been using it for so long, so I feel like I'm ready and quite seasoned, I guess, to take that on. So let's go show you one more base here. Alright, so this base doesn't have that much fireball value at first glance. I'm always checking those ground expo or those expos in general. There's a little bit of flame flinger value down below at both the ricochet cannon and archer tower, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get into any of those well. This one down here might be able to get the spitter because it's a ground and air expo, but I'm not going to risk it. So I'm just looking for my fireball. I think on this one I'd want to hit a builder's hut because that does get some nice value in the core. Once again, going in onto the enemy royal champion. It's just such a weak hero against other heroes. It's not like against a queen or against your warden. It's just not that strong of a hero. So yeah, definitely charging it. My warden's going. So what I was saying earlier about the jelly, I guess I forgot to mention this, is with a level 10 jelly, it lasts 35 seconds. So when the clock here hits 2:25, if I place my warden first, I know when he expires. So I'm looking at this right, and we're at 30. So he might take down the scatter, but as I'm paying more attention, I notice, okay, he's going to die right here, 25. Boom, jelly pops. So I was already ready for that, right? I should have been, and taken down this builder hut already, so that I already got my invis set up, because I can just set up a quick 1, 2, 3. I go get the builder hut. I think I get the ricochet cannon. I don't, but that's okay. That's plenty of value here. It's not like incredible value. And once again, I could go into the town hall area. The minion prince is up top, which is usually a hero I like to avoid, but I don't want to face the clan castle with the warden. If you don't fireball it, try to avoid it. It could be that furnace. And as much as sometimes like this, right, my warden's between my healers and the clan castle, I could go at it. I don't think it's worth it on this base just because of the fact that there's the sweepers, a lot of ricochet down there and stuff like that could really just kill your warden while the healers are being pushed back, and I don't want to risk that. So what I'm going to do is just start my heroes down here instead. He's still chilling up here. He's a little low from that Mega Mine, but I knew there wasn't going to be enough damage to kill him. My Unicorn actually got popped early. So my Warden, I do got to pay a little attention because he is going to go into that Minion Prince. But like I said earlier, I'm just going to poison it. That should be enough. Sometimes you watch his health, right, and you can calculate how much damage is being done and how the healers are healing him up. And so I knew he'd be fine. So you can do that. I maybe shouldn't have poisoned because, yeah, right now I'm into the clan castle. So that was a mistake right there. I shouldn't have invested the poison, and I should have tried to maybe freeze and headhunter because, yeah, now I'm stuck with nothing for this furnace. And it's just going to take me a while. That's about it. It's just going to take time away from me, which, could lead you to time fails. So you don't want that to happen. You don't want time to be taken from you on this attack. I'm ready to rage my warden once more because he's got to get through that kind of ricochet cannon queen section. So the druids were a little late here because, yeah, see, my first queen went down, my real queen, and I could have saved that by investing the druids a little earlier. But here comes the rage. I usually would use my royal champion around 40 seconds or 45 seconds, but I was trying to swagger on this one once again. But nothing's going to be able to reach that multi, so I'll have to use her into there because I know my warden is chilling on this top side with the rage. So I'll let everything kind of work around him and let him keep cooking for as long as he can. And we're still swagging 2 free spells. So a base that doesn't look like it's going to be that good for Fireball. We absolutely crush it. And yeah, let me just take you into one more, actually. Alright, so this base has a little bit of Fireball value. You could either hit the Poison Towers on either side or the Monolith. Um, I think I usually, yeah, I would like the monolith on this one because if you can ever take down kind of this whole core, it really sets up a nice funnel for heroes and warden to stay split. I'm going to come from this side because, as I mentioned, there is the royal champion up here versus the queen at the bottom side, and it's symmetrical otherwise. So that's my only thought process right here. My warden's walking in, so he's fighting the ricochet and an expo, which I will need a rage for, so I'm going to pop one. And if he can go in right here and get down the multi-archer tower under rage, then I won't need another rage for him. Nice. So that's beautiful. He's not under rage, but my healers are, which is actually kind of the important part. So I am taking a look here, and I can see that I'm going to need an invis on this multi, an invis on that multi. So I only have one more invis after that, which means I'm kind of sniping down some of these things to trim out the amount of invis I'm going to need. So that's something you'll learn. Oh, one more here because I think I'll be good after this. I actually want to just take down this compartment because she's going to be fighting this. So I'm going to freeze the scatter just so it can't take down my headhunter, and the headhunter will weaken the RC enough for me to take it down. This one will be a triple invis after I take down the Tesla. There we go. Triple invis. Okay, we actually go hit the fire spitter by accident, but that's not the end of the world. I'm still going to... Wait, I think I hit the clan castle right there. Nice, yeah, actually I saw it really weak. So that was a really good fireball. I'm going to allow my warden to go up to the base, and with a minute 30, I'm going to have to start my heroes. So I'm coming in right here. That wall breaker got popped early. That one makes it nice. So we'll see here. I'm hoping my queen at least turns in. But yeah, we're not really sure at this point. I think she will because the king will take down this wizard tower in time. And he'll go in too, which is really nice with the P.E.K.K.A.s. I want to pop his ability on the expo right here, but I don't know if he'll get there before the queen takes it down. Yeah, he doesn't. So not a great ability for him. I'm dropping the druids because the queen's about to go to ability, and they are just really, really great in tandem. Kind of funneling the warden in slowly with that right there. Just look at this. Under rage, the druids are just really keeping that queen at full HP. That's insane. Yeah, we're rolling right around here, and there is a decently tough town hall compartment here. So I'm going to use my royal champion right here really just to funnel out this backside because my queens are kind of beating through walls, and I don't know if they would have gotten through this. And yeah, my warden's kind of chilling through this backside, so he doesn't really have any role to play about finishing this out. I'm going to rage him up here, hit the double headhunter. I should be getting more rocket balloons in here onto that gear tower to really help out. But yeah, we are on everything right here, just really surrounding the base, kind of swagging a bunch of troops, poison freeze. Yeah, another crushed base. You see me take this into Legends all the time, and I'll continue to do that and upload for you guys. Today's day went quite well with only that one fail, as I mentioned, which was kind of a funny mistake. Spent way too many rocket balloons trying to set up a flame flinger, and it wasn't worth it in the end. But really, really strong army. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Just a really more thorough guide to fireball rocket balloons. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.